Stepped on the scene, dripped in saline. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Tyson Fury calls internet trolls PA cowards. Now, if you don't understand what the PA is, think of P cat and A is your derriere. So you cat derriere. No, so all right, but we're gonna listen to what he had to say. Now, this is a snippet from an interview that was done by Boxing King Media. So you should check this interview out, the entire interview out on Boxing King Media, because he says a lot more and he explains a lot more. I don't want you thinking that we're just trying to mislead you. No, there's a lot more you should listen to. And so this is a good interview done by Boxing King Media. Subscribe to Boxing King Media if you haven't already. All right, we're going to take a listen to what Tyson Fury had to say.
I'm going to mention it because I think you get a lot of shit online. It's only fair that is mentioned.
Well, there you go. You mentioned that online shit again, don't you?
They're
cowards. People online are cowards. If you can't go up to a man and say it to his face, it means you're a little pussy-ass coward. And that's all online is, cowardly little bastards. So if you can sit behind a computer screen and slate somebody 1,000 miles away and you don't know this person, you've never met them, you never even had a conversation with them, you're just a cowardly piece of shit.
Message to all the trolls out there. Arslanbek Makhmudov's fighting on yonder.
All right, so that was Tyson Fury's message to the trolls. I do want to say, I watched the interview and he goes on to talk about how people who basically have like 6 followers on social media and they're quick to go write negative stuff like that about a fighter who never do it, who never succeeded in anything, run and say something like that to a fighter. He's like, why should he care about what they have to say about him? So he's very specific on that. He's speaking towards like the internet trolls, mainly like sounds like he was directing it at the Twitter trolls who have like 6 followers and say the most ruthless things to people online. All right, so I'm gonna throw it over to you, G. What's your reaction?
I agree 1,000% with Tyson Fury. You know, the internet is full of trolls that, like, sometimes I wonder, do they even care about the truth? And a lot of them, they don't, right? They must have like trashy lives. They hate their jobs. They struggle during their 9 to 5. They probably still live with their moms. They live in like their girlfriend's couch or something. You know what I mean? So when they get to log on, they could become a brand new person. And they know that, you know, there's no physical response that could come their way. You know, so they're quick to say whatever that's on their mind, right? And they can type it. They be thumb thugging, you know. Those same people wouldn't be caught dead in person, face to face, but half the people that they're talking about and see them in their face and say something like, you know, calling them out their name or whatever, you know. And so if you can't, like, let's say if you really have disgust for a person, right? Like, I know what they say, like, what's the phrase? Like, if you don't have anything good to say, just don't say it, right?
Yeah.
But if you believe in your heart of hearts, yo, this person is whatever, right? You should be able to say that to their face. You know what I mean? And if you're not willing to say it in their face, why even write it online? You know? And to me, trolls, I don't know. It's really weird when I see like grown men trolling. That's like so weird. Like, dude, you're a father now. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all are grandfathers. You know what I mean? And y'all are trolling and doing whatever it takes to just get on that person's nerves. But then those same people that are trolling, it's like a badge of honor to see like the person respond to them. You know, they celebrate, they sharing it, they tagging it up. you know, they're going crazy. It's like they won the Super Bowl, you know. So I don't know. The internet's just full of weirdos, man. Respectfully, you know, like, hey, you know, I don't mind if we have trolls. You know what I mean? I think it's all funny. It's all fun and everything. But some of y'all just take it too far. You know, it's like a time and place for everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dog Bill.
Tyson Fury calls the internet trolls PA cowards. It is what it is, man. I call our trolls the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know. But listen, Tyson Fury, man, listen. They were just saying the same thing about you too for not taking the Usyk fight. You know, it comes with the territory.
He spoke about that though.
You know what I'm saying?
He said like when people were saying that or whatever,
Yeah.
he always knew what was happening in the background, so he really didn't really take it seriously. Like I was saying, he was mostly focusing on the people who are on Twitter and all they do is say negative things and take like personal shots or say like all types of ridiculous things.
Look, what else they got to do? For real. Like, it shows more about them than it does about, you know what I'm saying, you. Like, I say that to people in the conversation all the time. Like, yo, you wanna holler at me? Be like, yo, Troy, you don't even have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? And plenty of times people like, yo, Troy, you wilding. Oh, Troy, you bugging. You know what I'm saying? But it's how you address me. You don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? This is we make this with human beings. This is what makes the planet go round. Everybody being different, you know? But it's how you address me. It's how you address me. Because if you address me in a negative way, you're not even going to get none of my energy. I'm not even going to respond back to you. But people know it. They've been disagreeing with me before. I'll be like, yo, you got that? It's your opinion. It's my opinion. We all just got different opinions. But it's how you speak to me. I'm a man first. I have children. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of respect. And I don't talk to nobody, you know what I'm saying, that I wouldn't want somebody talking to me. So I talk to people how I want them to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you get back what you put out. You show love, you get hugs. You show hate, you catch slugs. That's how I grew up.
All right, TBE.
Yo, this is the first time I ever agree with Tyson Fury, but Tyson, you're an entertainer. You do this. You live. You portray yourself as a character on social media. So when you get backlash, you can't get mad. And you've done some things that we all don't agree with, like where you're calling out fighters. You're not fighting these fighters. It's like, what are you doing? And now you're doing all this mess. You want to speak your heart, but how can we feel you? How can we feel what you're saying when you're acting like this? When you act, you're before when you're on the internet talking all this nonsense. How can we feel you as a real fighter if you're not being a real fighter? So Tyson Fury, I respect what you said, but I don't respect what you say. That's that.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between trolling and giving constructive criticism or even having a respectful debate or even taking fair shots at someone, right? So I'll give you some examples. Like if you were tweeting about your disappointment in Tyson Fury not being able to reach a deal with Usyk because he demanded a 70-30 split, got it, and still wasn't able to strike a deal, I think that's perfectly fine because you're a fan of the sport. You pay to watch boxing. Think of how much money we have to spend as boxing fans. Every month, we got to dish out money for pay-per-views. If we want to see fights, we have to pay ridiculous amounts of money. So it's expensive being a boxing fan. And as a boxing fan, we should be able to demand the fights we want to see. So if your criticism of Tyson Fury was that he wasn't able to close the deal with Usyk after you thought that the deal should have been done because Usyk agreed to his terms, to me, that's fair criticism. Now, if your criticism of Tyson Fury is that he's a bum and he's a trash fighter, and now you're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous because It's obvious the man's not a bum. It's obvious that he's not a trash fighter. And you wouldn't be wanting to see him fight Usyk if you thought he was a trash fighter. Right? Same goes for Usyk. Usyk's clearly not a bum. If you thought Usyk was a bum, you wouldn't be wanting to see him fight Tyson Fury. So to me, if you go that route, then now if your criticism is of certain things in Tyson Fury's game or in a certain fight, you notice certain flaws in Tyson Fury and you're talking about that, to me, that's perfectly fine. Like when people say Devin Haney doesn't have power, to me, that's a fair assessment. As someone who watches boxing and watches Devin Haney fight, and you see him land some clean shots repeatedly and doesn't hurt anyone, you can make that assessment. I don't think that's disrespectful. But to say Devin Haney's trash and he's a bum and all types of things, then I think you're going a little bit too far. But make no mistake about it, there are channels built on dissing Devin Haney every single day. And more people tune in to watch the channel Dish Devin than the channels that actually keep it above 50. Because in this world of internet, in this world of social media, people like that. They want to see the trolling. They want to see all that. They want to see people tear other people down. They don't want to see objectivity, and they don't want to see people showing love. They don't want to see that. They want the circus. So the circus gets views. It does. The circus gets views. So there's one aspect of it. To me, if you watch the show and you disagree with a take, and we have plenty of people who disagree with a take, plenty of people come in, whatever, that's cool. But once you start, like to me, like I'll just give you an example. This is an example that comes to mind. We've been debating TC and Earl Spence for 5 years. We've been debating TC and Earl Spence for 5 years. I thought Earl Spence would beat TC. Since then, Earl Spence has been in 2 car wrecks, retinal injury, all types of crap. It would have been easy for me to leave Spence and jump on a bandwagon of the 7-1 favorite or whatever, the favorite of the fight, TC, and pick him. See, here's another thing that makes me laugh. When people brag about picking the favorite, that's another thing that kind of makes me laugh. But I could have went on the favorite, but I stuck with Earl because to me, that's like, yo, that would be lame. So I stuck with Earl. I rode with Earl. Earl lost. Everyone who went with TC came back. Most people fired their shots respectfully, and I'm like, cool, because you deserve it. You roll with your guy, roll. But then you had people who were coming out talking personal stuff that had nothing to do with the fight. All you did was pick a fighter. That's it. It's nothing personal with me. You have no victory over me. You have nothing over me, but then you come in taking personal shots at me. That's really a reflection of yourself. That's really a reflection of how bad things are for you, not for me. Because I come here every day. That's not the only fight I predict, right? I don't make videos about one fight. I make videos about every single fight. I make predictions for every single fight. I don't just narrow my channel to the fights that I feel confident about. Here at the Boxing Bros, we talk about all the fights. We talk about fights. We know that when we're going to predict the fights, we're like, yo, this isn't going to get no views, but we're going to show these fighters love. Because for us, it's not about that. That's why when Ned was asking us, like, how many views do you want this to get? We don't care. If we cared, we'd be pumping out content every day. BS every day. We would make fake beef with other channels every day. We would just make a fake beef with boxers. We would be begging boxers for interviews so we can put them on here to grow. We just want to be us. That's it.
Yeah, it's likes. And for 10,000 likes, we're going for a dark camping trip in the dark.
You keep saying we. That's you and one of your
All
boys
of
we
us.
don't know about. Hey, you and one of your boys we don't know about. That's the we.
Oh, it's crazy.
But nah, for real. It's like as long as we're talking about the actual topic, the actual fight, to me, everything's fine. But once you start trying to make it personal, like if you say I got the prediction wrong, if you say I've been wrong the whole time, if you're joking like, oh, Kaden, you don't know anything about boxing, to me, that's cool. But once you start taking it other places and start trying to You know what I mean? And then the other thing is like, if you always have the option of not watching us. We don't force anyone to watch us. We don't force anyone to pay. We don't force, so just don't watch. And so when Tyson Fury's talking about those types of trolls, I do feel them. Because it's like, if you're doing way too much, you don't even show your face. You're doing way too much and you don't even contribute to the sport. You're doing way too much and you don't even buy the pay-per-view, some of you. You just steal it. Then you are doing too much. So I do feel where Tyson Fury is coming from, although I feel like this, and I'll just close by saying this. I feel like if you contribute to the product, you have a right to give your commentary and to share your experience with the product. So if you buy the fight, if you support the fight, if you report on the fight, if you buy tickets to attend fights, or you were going to buy tickets to attend the fight, if you contribute in that way, then you have the right to give your input. That's how I see it, because that's where you put your you put your dollars in. You put your dollars there. You put your time in, so you get to talk about it. That's how I see it. But like, for example, that I brought up, or if you watch the show, you watch Boxing Bros, you come in here, you invest your time with us, you watch the videos, you do that consistently, then you can come back here and we value your opinion. Then you should be able to come and you come on Dub. You don't get to go away and then come back and then talk some trash because you got one prediction right. You feel me? Like, to me, that's corny. And I think that's what Tyson Fury's getting at. It's like, yo, some of y'all, you know, you do corny stuff and then you think like, and that's why he's calling them cowards. And I kind of feel what he's saying. So with that being said, I think there's a fine line. Some people cross it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make your life better. It just exposes that you probably have issues in your life and you're trying to take those frustrations out on somebody else.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Before I get out, welcome to Boxing Bros, where we give you our unbiased opinion on the greatest sport ever. That's boxing. We're the Boxing Bros.
And then there's Ned.
I feel it in my soul. Can you feel me? My money right. Came so cold in my cell, all them loony. Stay